Yo, it's Killy, K-double-L. I'm teed up in the trap with Sarah Harrison. Turn up.
Lady in the trap, yeah, the ladies get in the trap with their fellas and they hold them down. And she one of them, you know what I mean? She one of the girls gonna hold you down. You smell me? You feel that, don't you? Feel that, don't you?
So check this out. We're in the trap with Killy today.
In the trap with Killy.
That's
yes,
right.
Yes.
The only time I say Killy is when I say where I'm from. Which in London, I'm from Kilburn, and we say, I'm from Killy.
Oh, fact.
It's actually a nickname for it.
I never heard about that place, but...
Never, right?
Swag.
Because you're from Toronto.
Mm-hmm. I'm from Toronto, Canada.
But there's so many similarities between Toronto and the UK.
Facts. I feel like they're just like cousin cities, brother, sister cities or something, because just everything, the culture, it just feels exactly the same, so...
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who copies who at what point. Like the lingo is so similar sometimes. Like you guys say still at the end.
We just copy, both of us copy people from the Caribbean. That's where it
absolutely
really comes
that's
from.
where it all starts from.
I mean, so I don't think anyone's copying each other. It's just the people that move to London, the people that move to Toronto come from the same place, right?
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. It's nothing to do with Killer Cam? The name?
No.
Where did you actually get the name then from?
My name's Khalil.
Right.
I don't really know how, actually. It just ended up being Killy. There's people just know me as Killy, calling me Killy Ellie at the start, but I dropped the Ellie, kept the Killy.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably like 3 years into putting out music, right?
Yeah, damn, it's been 3 years. Holy, yeah, I guess so.
And I mean, 3 years and the progression has been steady and to the point where now, you know, you're 2 albums in. So you've got Light Path 8.
Yeah.
And, you know, some music artists, some rappers take way longer than that to achieve, to even get to their first album. But, you know, you've made half a ticket in that amount of time. So I think you should be proud of yourself.
Facts. I mean, it's lit. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a curse. It's a blessing and a curse, but it's a blessing.
You know what? You say it's a blessing and a curse in this song, Half a Ticket, which we spoke about.
Yeah.
So tell me more about that then. It's a blessing or a curse?
There's just trials and tribulations that life doesn't prepare you for being in a position like this. You know what I'm saying? It's not really taught. There's not too many people that end up in a similar position to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's anything in life that can prepare you for just what's thrown at you when you're becoming a successful artist, I think. But this is what I asked for and this is what I want. So overall, it's a blessing. That's why I say it's a blessing and a curse.
Right. But do you feel like some artists land success prematurely? So that's why, obviously you said nothing can prepare you, but perhaps if there is more of a time, if you do encounter a lot more obstacles on the way up, you have kind of built a character for it to last.
You've been like conditioned to
you've been conditioned to exactly.
I feel, I mean, for me...
If you're not in the right headspace, but you seem like you are.
I mean, you have to be, or you won't be around for long, right?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there's been cases of a lot of rappers and a lot of artists that have succeeded and they haven't known how to deal with it and possibly taken the wrong turn at some point, leading to, you know, tragic stuff. I mean, we hope that someone like you seem like you've got your head firmly on your shoulders, right?
I mean, yeah, you have to, like, but there's always room for mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's a human quality, right?
Yeah, of course. Now, talking of a blessing or a curse, you kick off the project with last name greatest, first name ever. No, have I said that wrong way around? I did, right?
Actually, I don't know. Last name greatest, first name, last name ever,
first name greatest.
Yeah.
It's just like, because you don't see it on paper, you can't really say it in the right way around. But, you know, that's an infamous line from the Forever track. And that was a massive link up. That was Drake, Lil Wayne, Kanye West, and Eminem.
It's a big track.
That's a big track. And also, it's a big statement because Drake hadn't released an album or anything when that song came out. And that song is now 10 years old.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, what made you start your project off with that line, do you see like a parallel of your career taking off in that way and lasting a decade like this very song has?
Um, I mean, yeah, I just like the line, and I grew up listening to that song. I just felt like, you know, I just felt like singing it. It's not too deep, like it's pretty straightforward. I just felt like singing it. Second line says, um, first name Grace, number one contender according to speculation. It's like that's not me saying that. That's other people saying that. I'm just saying what other people are saying. Number one contender according to speculation. You know what I'm saying? Like in my city, that's the talks. That's not. I'm not
Right.
out here saying that, but I'm just telling you what other people are saying.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that. It's this that's the city, that's the talk there. But for someone across, across the globe, someone from London, they might seem, oh, you're already saying that. Even us when Drake first came on the scene, like
They're probably like, why the fuck are you saying that? But, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you don't believe that for yourself, then like, how is anyone else supposed to, right?
absolutely.
So, yeah.
And again, staying on the subject of blessing or a curse, if Drake, for instance, was to take you on a more serious note and really, you have a relationship with him in a further sort of level, do you think that would be a blessing or a curse for you?
I just think that's me. I already know Drake, and so if he shows bare love when I'm around and stuff,
Yeah.
it's cool.
But I'm saying, along the lines of previous artists that he's hopped on songs with, that he's, kind of taken under his wing and it might have gone left at some point.
What do you mean? I don't understand the question.
I'm saying, would you consider it a blessing or a curse for you to, if, for instance,
If Drake took me
you was
under his
to,
wing and it went
yeah.
left, I think that's a curse. If Drake took me under his wing and it went left, like
No,
other
but
artists.
if you was to anticipate it, do you think it would be a blessing for you or a curse, judging by the climate of music right now, and where you are in your career right now?
I don't know. I've never thought about that really.
Okay, that's fine. Speaking of half a ticket, so you said you made $500,000 in a year. How would you give advice to young kids right now who are on the internet making music? What do you feel like the biggest revenue stream would be now for young kids?
Do a lot of shows. I mean, just make your songs and then tour because people want to see you perform, right? And that's where you make your money. So
Nothing to do with streams at all?
I mean, you can do. I mean, I was independent, so it's different. I was doing 100 million streams independently, so that's where like a lot of if you guys want me to break it down, like I'm giving you a game right now. That's where a lot of revenue comes from. But most artists aren't independent, and there's probably the bigger you get, the less you see independent artists, right? So if you know what you're capable of doing, then do it. You know what I'm saying, and you'll reap the benefits.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of independent, you have your own label, right? And you've got 2 artists which you're currently touring with. Can you tell us more about the setup of this label? Secret
Sound Club.
Yeah, Secret Sound Club.
Secret Sound Club. It's just it's an idea that I've had since I was young. Now I'm in a place of I've put myself in a position where I can really execute on it and start it. So right now it's just the beginnings for it, but I see it going a long way.
Yeah, for sure. Did you guys grow up together, or how did you come in contact with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, I met them all through making music, when we were teenagers and stuff. So it's just a blessing to be able to, bring people around the world now.
Yeah, and they're all from Toronto too.
Yeah, one's from Vancouver, one's from Toronto, so all from Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. If you was to see another label, the blueprint of another label, who would that be that you'd love to kind of model it on, or have that same success?
Jeez, TDE, probably. TDE's a very good example of someone going up and then another person going up and then the other person. You know what I'm saying? You've seen Kendrick, and then you've seen Schoolboy come, and then you've seen SZA, and that's a cool one, or ASAP, and then Rocky, Ferg. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different types of labels, but I'm trying to create my own.
For sure. I think
And
the great thing that you did point out about TDE is every artist has their own niche fan base. Like
exactly.
sometimes they cross over, but you know that someone is hardcore Schoolboy over,
For
over
sure.
Kendrick, but they all come together and it's great. It's unity.
Exactly. It's lit.
Yeah,
I
for
mean, and
sure.
I love that era of like music where it's like the good music era, TDE, 2012, what was it? I don't know, when everyone's doing those ciphers.
Mercy songs, like all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
that was
Yeah.
such a sick like time of music for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool.
That's great. And I mean, you don't really collaborate with many other artists. Your recent album, Light Path 8, is purely yourself, which is
Yeah.
great. But so a collaborator that I love is Nessly. Like, Nessly's my guy. Like,
Oh,
I
you fuck with
interviewed him
Nessly?
like 4 years ago. Yeah,
That's
4 years
fucking
ago.
a G. Shout out my gang,
Yeah,
Nessly.
man.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are from you guys are from Atlanta, right? Oh, you're
Yeah.
from Atlanta. You should know about Nessly. Nessly's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he like my first time in Atlanta and shit. I stayed at his crib. This is back in 2017 and stuff. We filmed a music video and that's like my real friend. Like I really fuck with him.
Yeah.
Like further than just this rap shit. Like
He's a massive, like, creative as well. Like, we literally
yeah.
talked for a whole hour about an album cover. Like, it's crazy.
No, he's underrated, bro. He deserves a lot more attention. He's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you just did a song with him and Young Bands, right?
Yeah.
That song's going up. I do like that.
Yeah,
That's a good track.
That's a sick track. Still.
Yeah, definitely. Talking about the project itself, Light Path 8, it seems like you really fuck with numerology, cosmology, like all of that stuff. Like, when did that come into play in your life?
I don't know, actually. I'm just like on a constant pursuit of like learning and stuff. I like learning about all types of religions, all types of spirituality, numerology and stuff. And I was just reading and I read something that was so accurate, it like gave me shivers. Like I read my light path and I figured out I was light path 8 and stuff and read read what it entails to be number 8 and stuff, and it just felt so accurate. I felt like it aligned really well with who I was and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because you also say in your lyrics, I'm getting closer to God. So, some people might say those two ideologies are kind of conflicting.
Clash,
yeah. But as you said, you answered the question, you're kind of exploring the idea of a different energy.
Learning every perception of this world, you know what I'm saying? There's so many people on this planet and there's so many ways you can like maneuver through life, right? So I just like understanding everyone's as many as I can, I guess.
Yeah, that's a great mind frame to have because a lot of people want to box themselves in and that creates a divide, really. You have to be able to understand and grasp everyone's ideology for sure. Well, let's talk about the Toronto scene in more depth. Like,
Let's do it.
Yeah, is there anyone that you really, really fuck with to the point where you're like, yeah, that's my man's?
I mean, Toronto's so small. It's a big city, don't get it twisted, but it's so small that I like know everyone in the city. If I were just to say one person, there'd be 50 people that are like, why didn't you say me?
Last person I spoke with was Ram Riddles.
Oh yeah, that's my dog. And
yeah.
We have I think I was on his last project or no, we dropped like a single. I was on one of his songs, Katana. That was super sick.
That's on his project, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and actually, funny thing is that he said that he recorded the project in every city that he went to, and you kind of did a similar thing where you was recording music on the road.
Facts.
What's a memorable place and a memorable song that came out of there?
Of just recording on the road. And
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. There's the one that really stands out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like Lift Off. The introduction, the second half of it was just amazing because, like, the production and the whims and the hums and stuff, like, to me, that's sick. Like, no one was doing that and stuff. And the studio session was like special to me because it was like really one of the first times I had like someone, me and the producer Bijan, and I brought in instruments and people that could play instruments, right? So I had a really hands-on take on like production and stuff throughout the whole project, really. But Lift Off was like the first one where I really chopped it up and did it my way.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that the orchestration throughout the whole project is fire.
No, it was cool because like I mean, Surrender Your Soul, I was working with what I had, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, exactly.
on Light
Yeah,
Path, it's like, uh, I brought in like orchestra. I hired orchestras. I brought in saxophone players,
that's big.
bass players and stuff to like really fill out the production side of things and stuff. So
Right.
and that's just the start. I had to go on tour like so. I was like trying to finish it before I left to go on tour. So my next one, I'm gonna have just time. I feel like to really
Wow.
really explore that world and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll
Uh,
get to record in London then, because there's
yeah,
there's so much room for opportunity
Bruh,
here.
every time I'm here for like a day or 2 days. Like I hate it. Like I want to come here and just relax for like 2 weeks and
Exactly.
take in the city. And I love it. Like it just feels like if it doesn't feel like Toronto, but I feel like compared to all the other cities in Europe, it's definitely the closest. You know what I'm saying? And
Resonates with you, right?
there's bare people out here that I link and stuff and that show love. So whenever I'm out here, so I want to like spend some real time here and record and stuff.
Okay, sick. What kind of artists here in the UK have you been in contact with and stuff?
Um, AJ Tracey's my dog. I've been talking to him for like 2 years and shit.
Yeah.
What other artists? I don't talk to really too many artists out here. I used to listen to a lot of just drill music back in the day, like when the movements first started. I think like just like hardcore drill music, like 6-7 and like
6-7, of
Session
course.
Boys, like, but not really so much anymore. I feel like that, like I don't know if like that's still like a movement or it's
It
kind
is
of
to some
dying.
extent, but I think
Yeah.
the UK scene in general has really broadened. Like you have so many different sounds coming out of the UK now, but the great thing is that they all intertwine in one way or another. So, and
Yeah.
with someone like you, you're versatile. Your voice is versatile. Your writing is versatile. So you can kind of link up with anyone. But yeah, AJ Tracey's been
He's
been
been
linking up.
killing it. Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out AJ Tracey, man. He's killing it. I'm so proud of him, bro. Like, um, I before like talking to him, I was a fan of his music, and then talking to him, we have like unreleased music I've recorded, and it's just like that's bro. I fuck with him.
dope.
Yeah.
Well, time's up. We've got to wrap up. But Light Path 8 is out
Jeez.
now. You
Go
guys
get
check.
that shit, man. Light Path 8, yes sir.
Great. Thanks for sitting in the trap.
Thank you.